Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar, and I've got some more Starforge. I've done one other video of Starforge, and that was like a first look into the game. That was actually a long time ago. I should say a long time. I mean, we were just talking about a couple months, but they were going ahead and they were trying to do some fundraising, so they had an Indiegogo campaign, and so I purchased the game at the time, and I got a little teaser of the game, if you will. There was really two modes that you got to it. It was one, you're in a canyon, and then there's a few aliens just letting you know how to move, how to shoot, how to craft, things like that. And then there was another mode which was all about infinite terrain. So I just ran in one direction for a minute. I'm like, yep, apparently it does have infinite terrain, and I was done with that. So I was pleasantly surprised when I was on Steam, just kind of scrolling through some stuff, that Starforge had finally released the alpha. So here it is. This is my review, hints, gameplay, whatever you want to call it. I'm just kind of telling you a little bit about the game and my overall thoughts. So the game is inspired by three other games: Warcraft, Minecraft, and Halo, which I thought is a very interesting combination. But the idea of the game is really, really cool, which is what got me interested in the beginning. Here is the crafting, by the way. I know you can't see where my mouse is right now, but what I've been carrying over is resources to the back of my fort, and now that I'm around my resources, I can use them to be able to craft things like blocks, turrets, spotlights, other things like that. Now in the alpha there are two modes: one creative, which is basically useless, and two fort defense. So that's kind of been the big thing for Code Hatch, the developers of this game, is fort defense. Replay value of it is not that high, but you're gonna see in the middle of my base there's that giant red thing. That's what I have to defend. It's called the respawn vat. So if I were to die or anything like that, that's what allows me to be able to respawn. And yeah, so I'm building an inner wall to kind of defend against it. Just gonna go through, try and grab some more resources here and take it back behind the vat. So if I need to craft anything, I'm good. All right, so I've got a lot of things stored up. So I'm gonna go ahead and craft my first weapon here, which is going to be a couple turrets. I don't have enough for 4, so I'm going to drop it down to 2. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place these turrets on each corner of the fort. Here is wave number 2. Oh, apparently I missed a wave. Alright, so set that down in the corner over there. It's going to start shooting. And set this one in that corner, complete opposite of each other, and also closest to the alien. And there we go. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what this is all about, what the bad guys look like. That's a piece of cake. So in addition to resources, there are some other things that you can pick up. You can see that there are some large blue crates, and I'm going to explore those in just a little bit. But here I go, just putting some more metal down there. And of course, I gotta join in the fun. You're gonna see some things falling from the sky. Those are additional resources that I can use to continue to craft things. So that is very helpful, that as you progress through each wave, you still have a way to go ahead and improve your defenses. So here I go. I get a chainsaw here, which will be helpful. But I'm going to stick with the gun for now, just keep my distance from these things. It's spawning another one. The other thing that's cool is the weapons. They're always going to be different. Apparently there's a lot of different types of weapons that you can get, that you're never going to get the same one twice. So there's like a minigun, different variations of the rifle, different variations of the chainsaw. I mean, there's even one that I've seen where it's like 6 miniguns in one. So if you can imagine the damage on that, that's pretty ridiculous. Alright, so I built an outer wall because I want to make sure that I slow these aliens down. So this outer wall is going to be my primary defense, but I'm going to keep my turrets on the inside for now, shooting out. Because I don't want the aliens to kind of go ahead and knock things over. Alright, so now you guys get a general idea of what is going on. Let me kind of tell you just my initial reactions from the game. I've been following them for a little bit, like just occasionally dropping by their Twitter, seeing what they had going on. And it's really 3 people who are working to get this game going. And things have been going kind of slow, and I can understand when you have 3 people, that is the case. Now, this is on Steam, so I knew that by it being on Steam, they also had to have gone ahead and updated the game. So I was pretty excited about that. There's some other game modes that have been like, I guess when they were doing the teaser at the beginning of their campaign, and also what is posted on Steam right now are some other variations of the game, like a survival mode, similar to Minecraft. I think something like that was going to be included in this. It wasn't. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows, if you're interested in getting this game, do not expect some of the game modes and some of the features that you see in the Steam trailer. All right, so that's kind of where it mostly gets bittersweet. I was excited thinking that that was going to be in it. Definitely not the case. But the good thing about it, though, is now that it is on Steam and people know what to expect, that could go ahead and put some pressure on the developers to go ahead and get things done. All right, outer wall, I am going ahead and putting a second layer of stone around it, because stone is, of course, as we know, a lot more durable than wood is. So it's going to be a lot tougher for them to go ahead and get through it. It's going to slow them down. Now, I don't want to expand too far because they might spawn on top of this wall, and we've got some problems. All right, now I've also made some missile turrets, in case you have not noticed. So I'm going to join in the fun right here, take these guys out. Now, these aliens do increase in size, too, with their difficulty. So it kind of lets you know what to expect. If you see these giant, massive aliens, you know it's going to take a lot to take them down. So right now I'm just trying to find a good balance between going ahead gathering resources, going ahead and turning those into turrets, and also going ahead and building my fort. So just placing some more down. Honestly, the replay value on this, really not that high. I ended up playing this for about an hour. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be playing it again anytime soon. I'm mostly excited about the survival mode. So hopefully that stuff's going to come in. Now, this also is alpha, you guys. So it is not the final release of the game. So if you're not familiar with what that means, alpha just means that there are going to be some bugs, some problems. You kind of have to let the developers know what's out there. I'm thinking that with these modes, it might have been better off if it was a closed alpha as opposed to just leaving it open to everybody. But yeah, I just want to set those expectations for everybody. Really, the big draw to the game, I think, is where this could end up going. There's a lot of cool things, you know, from a procedural standpoint, meaning, you know, you get a whole bunch of different types of, you know, whatever it is, like a procedural environment. You know, that means your environment's going to change. Procedural weapons, nothing's going to be the same. It's pretty sweet. So I have to go ahead, fix the fort here, because you can see it's slowing them down. And if I didn't have this outer layer of stone, they probably would have been able to make it to the vat. Now, I haven't died yet, which is a good thing. But I know if I do, I end up respawning, because I think I played one more just right before this. But there is a multiplayer feature on this, so it is not just single player like you're seeing me do, which might actually be really interesting, because you have one person who is dedicated to gathering resources, another person to go ahead and gather weapons, and maybe a third person who go ahead and craft different things for everybody. So as you can see on the left, there is like spotlights. There are some giant things that like just turn around in a circle that if one of the aliens run over it, they're going to go ahead and get damaged. So a lot of different ways to be able to defend your fort. You're also going to be able to dig down and build stuff up, I'm thinking, with the terrain. So what I was hoping to do, oh my gosh, that guy's huge. And he's just biting away. I was actually going to go ahead and build a giant ditch between the two walls to make the aliens fall through, but that's really not working right now. And this guy's going to take a while to kill. Frame rate is becoming a problem right now in the later parts of the game. So, I mean, I've got 2 gigabytes of video card going right now, and if it's lagging like this, then I'm kind of wondering what it's going to be like for some other people, because the game really isn't that big. I think it was like 800 megabytes, if even that, to go ahead and download. So it's not really complex. But again, since it is alpha, I'm sure they're going to make things a lot more effective down the road. I don't think I can actually get hurt by my own turrets now that I think about it. I don't know why I'm trying to duck away. So, oh, and then you could have another person, I guess, on your team if you're doing multiplayer, be repairing things. I don't know, just a thought. But right now, I'm kind of at the point here where things are going pretty steady. I don't even actually have to fight right now because my turrets, both my lasers and the missile ones, are doing their job. That guy's just falling from the sky. Things are blowing up all around me. Alright, so like I said, I'm not even worried about what's going on. I'm just going ahead, picking up things that I know that I can use. I'm going to get some distance from this guy. And here's one of those miniguns I was telling you about. But man, how am I going to be able to stop this guy? It looks like he did spawn right on top of the wall. And he's not doing any damage to my respawn pad. In fact, he's just walking all over everything. And going in the complete opposite direction that he should. Again, probably a bug. But I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with this game. Of course, I'm not going to be playing it too much during the alpha because of the lack of replay value here for Fort Defense as it is right now. But as this game expands, I'll probably be posting some more videos about it just because all of this seems so interesting and a great concept. For a lot of people, that's been the major draw. The community has been very, very great. There is a forum which you can, you know, put tips together for other people or whatever it may be, kind of improve the game. Developers are also very active actually in the forum. So they kind of know what everybody's wanting. They give you updates as to where they are at. The thing is everybody has to be patient with these guys. There's 3 of them. They just hired somebody for customer service. Just kind of improve things a little bit there, but I think they're aiming for a 2014 final release, so that does mean we're looking at about a year and a half at the max, because if somebody says 2014, you always expect the end. I mean, it's not like it's going to be January 1st, 2014 or something like that. But I'm hoping that's what we end up seeing, because this game has a lot of promise, and as it develops, there's some really cool things that have yet to be included, things I have not shown you. Turret should not go there. I'm just going to move this guy. Apparently, you have the ability, I haven't done this myself, I'm going to set this back on the corner. I haven't tried it yet, but apparently you could build so many blocks that you actually exit the atmosphere of the planet and you're in space. Pretty cool, I think. So, uh-oh, what's that? I'm not even looking in the right way. Oh well. I'm just going to get away from this because these guys are getting huge. I'm having some problems. And yeah, so there's a few things I would like, you know, to see here in Fort Defense. This is really the only thing that I know. One, kind of fixing the frame rate issue, which is a real problem considering the fact that there's only one enemy in here right now. I think that if you were to go ahead and just make more enemies, but also make it more efficient, that might be something that's awesome. You know, see actual like waves coming at you and increase the number that are coming as well. That might be kind of nice, but gosh, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I guess I would like to see in the game, but a lot of them have already been announced, which is really, really cool. So I end up getting to wave 40, and once this actually ends, then the game errors out because apparently it couldn't handle it anymore. I can't even remember what the error message said, but it basically came down to that my computer was doing way too much and had to shut the game down, which apparently is something a lot of other people are seeing as well. But I wanted to make sure that I go ahead and got you a look here into Starforge in case you're interested. You can buy it on Steam, so make sure that you go check it out. And subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. You could follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. I'm going to keep parkouring here. And as always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.